It is a chilly morning here at the Cat as we bring you live here at the Cougar Baseball Field. Reagan Cleaves here inside the Fox Motors broadcast booth, getting you set for this contest between the Catholic Central Cougars and the out-of-conference foes in the Bulldogs. So all to start things off here today, Catholic Central still in search of their first out-of-conference win. They lost a doubleheader series 2 weeks ago at Grand Haven back on the 17th. They lost 3-0 and subsequently 8-0 in those two contests. And then last Saturday, on the 24th, at West Catholic at LMCU Ballpark, they lost that one 9-4. So Cougars looking to do a little bit better against out-of-conference foes. They've allowed a lot of runs in these out-of-conference games, and the most they have all year. Actually, they've outside of those out-of-conference games, they've only the most runs they have allowed are 4, and they've won every single in-conference game they have played up to this point. And as odd as it may seem, they are right now leading in an in-conference game against Thornapple Kellogg. That game against Thornapple Kellogg had to be rescheduled had to be suspended and then subsequently rescheduled due to the lack of light here at the Cougar Baseball Field back on Tuesday. Taking a look ahead at today's matchup, Catholic Central needs to get ahead of Grandville early here and get them figured out. They are a bigger Division I school that they are playing against, and so far this year they've only played a couple of D1 schools, and that's been and that was in Grand Haven. They aren't necessarily the best at getting ahead, and also Grandville is a relatively unknown, at least to Catholic Central. They haven't been necessarily been a lot of research that the Cougars have been able to do. They haven't been able to get Grandville figured out, so that's something they have to do early here. Get Andrew Pullman, who will be on the mound for the Bulldogs, get him figured out early, and Cougars should have a good chance today. Another thing they need to do, as they needed to do last doubleheader, was get the bottom of the lineup to improve. Today the 6, 7, 8, and 9 are Johnson, Wanzel, McCall, and Ben Passanaw, that is. And they haven't been hitting poorly. They just haven't been hitting the best as the rest of the lineup, and that's something Catholic Central needs to do. They can't rely so heavily on the top of the order here today. Another thing they have to do, one final thing rather, is to force errors. In that Thornapple Kellogg 2-game set back on Tuesday, which it really was a game and a half because they suspended that in the middle of the fourth, they forced 10 errors combined in that game on behalf of Thornapple Kellogg, and that led the Cougars to a decent amount of success, and they need to do that today in order to get to Grandville. So, as of the lineup, Catholic Central has Andrew McCall back. He has returned from about 3 or 4 games where he has been out, and he enters the lineup today back in right. So we will take a break. Both teams are getting ready down below us, and we will come right back with first pitch. You are watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Well, we are underway here as that one is fouled back, and to the left at the plate is number 22, Dawson Kreiska. That pitch is inside from Peyton Klaus, 1-1 on Kreiska. First pitch time, 10:58. Temperature outside is 55 degrees. That's grounded to third, picked up by Passanaw. Fired over to first for Dominic Schoenborn, the first out of the inning. Now that'll bring up Peyton Mazzola, the center fielder here for Grandville today. Peyton Klaus working from the first base side of the rubber. High and away for ball one. Cougars around the outfield today. Johnson, Wadsell, McCall from left to right. Same direction in the infield. Ben Passanaw, John Passanaw, Luke Kuzner, and Dominic Schoenborn. Klaus on the mound, and Jabin Bates behind the plate. Mazzola takes that up and away, 2-0 now. Klaus delivers outside once again. 3 straight balls here in this at bat to Peyton Mazzola. The 3-0. Outside, he walked him on 4 straight baseballs. And Mazzola occupies now first base. That'll bring up number 7, Spencer Verbug, who will dig in today. He is the right-handed batter. Mazzola did bat left-handed. Straightaway stance. Bat lazily held over the right shoulder. The first pitch. Breaking ball up and away once again. So that's now 5 straight balls. All of them outside to 2 straight Grandville batters. Klaus tries to pick off Mazzola at first. He comes sliding back in safely. Klaus checks the runner. Comes set from the belt. Outside once again. Bates throws down to first. Did he get him? He did! A beautiful pickoff move by Jabin Bates, and it looks like Peyton Mazzola is down in a heap at first. I hope he's all right as third base coaches and everyone comes over and out trots Catholic Central athletic trainer Nate Lutz. I'll go over to check on on Peyton Mazzola, who was thrown out 2-3 for the second out of the inning. So there are 2 outs here. Count is 2-0 on Mazzola. It looked like, or on Verbug, pardon. Looked like when Mazzola was coming back, he maybe jammed his leg into first base before first baseman Dominic Schoenborn could get the tag down. We hope he is all right as they continue to work on him down below. That'll give us a chance to take a look at the Grandville lineup here. 1, 2, and 3 is Kreiska, Mazzola, and Spencer Verbug. 4, 5, and 6 is Braden LaCroix, Andrew Dukeshire, and Ian Sanders. 4, 5, 6 as Mazzola gets up and heads over to the dugout to our right. And finishing out the lineup is Mason Robinson, Kyle Shirley, and Ben Helgevold. Count 2-0 here on Verbug. 2 outs for the Catholic Central Cougars. They had a man on until Jabin Bates picked off Mazzola at first base, and a nice tag applied by Dominic Schoenborn. We'll step in here. Will Verbug. The 2-0 from Klaus. In there for a strike. Only Peyton Klaus's second strike of the afternoon. He's got a lot of balls to his record right now. The 2-1. Down and in for ball 3 now, 3-1 on Verbug. 2 sevens occupying the 2-foot radius around home plate. Verbug and Bates, the 3-1 from Klaus. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Now, Klaus has battled back and worked the count to full now after being down 2-0. From the first base side of the rubber, works the Catholic Central pitcher. The payoff pitch. Driven into left, that will get down. And Verbug is around first, headed for second. Johnson picks it up in left field and will throw in. It is a 2-out double for Verbug into left. And Grandville has one on for Braden LaCroix. Now we have a courtesy runner. It'll be Luke DeHaan. Now at second for Verbug. Verbug is the catcher, so he is allowed a courtesy runner. So DeHaan stands at second. First pitch. Low and away and swung on by LaCroix. So now 1 strike on the Grandville left fielder. Klaus comes set, checks DeHaan at second. Pitches up and away, 1-1 now. It's our first of 2 games on the Cougar Baseball Network today, both against these Grandville Bulldogs. Back-to-back doubleheader today between these 2 out-of-conference foes. LaCroix looks at the 1-1 upstairs and away once again, now 2-1. LaCroix takes a practice hack outside the box and will step back in. He's got a very open stance, bent at the knees, and holds the bat basically upright at his chest. The 2-1 from Klaus. Well up and away. That's a wild pitch, and 2/3 will move DeHaan. And there's a runner on third for LaCroix here with 2 outs. And a 3-1 count. Klaus will get the sign from Bates and come set. From the belt, the 3-1. Up and in, he walked him. 5 pitches and the second walk of the morning for Peyton Klaus. That will bring up
to bat,
Andrew Dukeshire.
Dukeshire.
He's got 2 outs, runners on the corners here. From the Catholic Central end, Grandville battling it out. Slightly bent at the knees is Dukeshire. Straight away stance. Popped up in the air towards short. Coming in is Aiden Johnson, and he will make the grab in left center field. Well, that will do it for the top of the first as we head to the home half. Pass and all, Kuzner Bates due up for Catholic Central. This is your home for Catholic Central Baseball.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Leading off for Catholic Central here in the bottom of the first is their shortstop, John Passanaw.
Up to bat, shortstop, John Passanaw.
He will step in, straightaway stance, take a couple of practice swings, and will face the first pitch from Andrew Pullman. That catches the outside corner for strike one on John Passanaw. The 0-1. Catches the inside corner for strike two. 0-2 now, quickly on the Catholic Central leadoff batter. The 0-2. Popped up in the air behind the plate, and Verbug will settle under it and make the grab. So one away now here for Luke Kuzner. Both of the Catholic Central batters thus far sporting the stirrups, as that is a very common thing on the Catholic Central squad. I count 5 right now for Grandville. Swinging at a pitch down and in is Luke Kuzner. 0-1 now the count. Pullman will come set, work from the chest. The 0-1. Driven into left field, settling under it is LaCroix, and tracking back toward the warning track. He will make the grab. So quickly 2 away on 5 pitches here for Andrew Pullman. He's getting some help from high fly balls, courtesy of Catholic Central's batters. That'll bring up Jabin Bates, who has been dominant at the plate, drawing plenty of walks this season. First pitch from Pullman to Bates is upstairs. Jabin Bates laid off that one, and good decision there. Pullman will come set. No 1-0. Popped up hot and driven into right center. Tracking over there is Mazzola for the grab, and we have 3 up, 3 down for Catholic Central. We will head to the second innings in a scoreless baseball game. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Peyton Klaus having a hard time hitting the strike zone today, as Sanders pops that out toward right center. It will get down past a diving Wanzel and around second. And holding up there is Ian Sanders. So on a 2-0 count, he flies the ball into right center field. It gets down past a diving Wanzel. And a leadoff double for Ian Sanders.
DH Mason Robinson up the bat.
That'll bring up Mason Robinson, the Grandville DH. First pitch from Klaus. Catches the outside corner for strike one. That is only Klaus's 5th strike of the day. He hasn't hit a lot of baseballs into that strike zone. The 0-1. Driven into the right field. Tracking over there is McCall. It'll bounce in front of him and heading around third, but holding up there is Ian Sanders. So 2 straight hits into the right side of the outfield. Have runners on the corners here for the third baseman, Kyle Shirley.
Now up, third baseman Kyle Shirley.
The 8-hole batter today for Grandville, at least in this first game. He will step in wearing number 1 today. Grandville decked out in their maroon jerseys with white trim, white baseball pants, and maroon socks. First pitch, nice breaking ball over the middle for strike 1 for Peyton Klaus. He's got runners on the corners, nobody out here in the top of the second. That is down low, but called a strike on the low end of the strike zone there. At the top of the second, this game has progressed pretty quickly. We started 17 minutes ago. The 0-2 is popped up, and behind us that will hit some bleachers and dribble down to the track behind us. That'll remain an 0-2 count. This is a bit odd for Peyton Klaus. That's driven into center field. Wanzel will get under that, make the grab. Runner goes home, and Sanders, the throw will not be contested. So a sacrifice fly by Shirley gets him an RBI, and Grandville is up 1-0.
Shortstop Ben Hergold.
So Grandville drawing first blood in this one. First pitch to Helgevold. He'll bunt that toward third. Picked up by Passanaw. Can they get him at first? No. His throw pulled Schoenborn off the bag, and it goes trailing to the backstop. So an error by Catholic Central. An error to the third baseman, Ben Passanaw. Puts runners on on second and third for the leadoff batter, Dawson Kreiska. He will step in, slightly open stance, basically upright in the right-handed batter's box. Peyton Klaus kicks and fires. Foul to the backstop for strike 1. He grounded out to third his last time up back in the first inning. Here's Peyton Klaus, the right-handed batter for Catholic Central. Peyton Klaus throws a majority of strikes coming into this game. That's up and away for ball 1-1 now. He had a strike to ball ratio of 170 to 78. And today that has skyrocketed, at least in the balls category. Strike or check swing was held off of by Kreiska, and it's now 2-1 on a pitch that was down and away. Everybody playing straight up, infield a little bit in on the infield grass. That's outside and upstairs for ball 3. Peyton Klaus working the pitch count up here early in this baseball game. We'll work the 3-1 from the belt. Inside, he walked Kreiska, and now the bases are loaded for Peyton. Or not, pardon me, that's number 14, a substitute batter, Carson Smith. He came in
Smith off the bat.
for Mazzola. He was the one that made the out in center field to end the inning for the Cougars. And is in there for a strike on the outside low corner. Mazzola is out. He rolled his ankle coming back to first on a pickoff move that eventually got him the 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1 now. One out here for the Catholic Central Cougars. Bases are loaded for Carson Smith. This is his first appearance in this baseball game. Klaus, with bases loaded, works from the first base side of the rubber. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Klaus looking to escape this jam. We'll get the sign from Jabin Bates and come set. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. And Peyton Klaus gets his first strikeout of the afternoon and his 18th, or not his 18th, pardon, his
Spencer Verberg at the bat.
7th of the year on a swinging strikeout. And that will be 2 away now for Verbug. First pitch, check swing. He did go. And so Verbug has an 0-1 count to him. We are live from the Cat Reagan Cleves, bringing you commentary for today's game. We're without David Shamblin, who we hope might join us, but he is otherwise unable. That is a low strike. 0-2 now on Verbug. Verbug had worked it to a full count his last time up before doubling into left. The 0-2. Up and away. Slider outside. 1-2. Klaus will lean in. Comes set. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Escaping a jam is Peyton Klaus, getting 2 strikeouts on Smith and Verbug, and he escapes a bases loaded, 1 out situation. We head to the home half of the second. Catholic Central has Klaus Schoenborn Johnson due up. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Peyton Klaus will lead things off here for Catholic Central on the year. Peyton is batting .276. First pitch from Pullman bounces in front of home plate and to the backstop for ball 1.
There was a pitch and it ended up being like a foul. I don't know what it was, so I pushed the wrong button, but then I couldn't fix it, and I had to wait until like the next batter.
The 1-0. Down low, but called a strike. 1-1 now. on Peyton Klaus.
That's right. That's what happened, so.
No 1-1. Low. We almost bounced that one once again, so it's now 2-1 on the Catholic Central pitcher. Peyton Klaus stands straight away, slightly bent at the knees. He pops that up toward first. Tracking that is Duke Scherer, and he will hold on and make the grab for the first out of the half inning. That'll bring up Dominic Schoenborn, Big Red,
Dominic Schoenborn.
as he is affectionately called by his teammates and Catholic Central baseball community, wearing number 22, as he has all year, will step in. Catholic Central wearing their home white uniforms today with the blue script CC, or Catholic Central across the front. Grandville wearing much the same uniform style with script Grandville in front on their maroon jerseys with white trim. Catholic Central has blue numerals on white, and Grandville has white numerals. That's fouled off to the right side. 4-1 on Schoenborn. That pitch into the left-handed batter's box. 4-1. 4 batters Pullman has faced. He has retired all 4 of them on pop-outs or fly-outs. Check swing. He called it a strike behind the plate. Umpires today, Jackson Peterson and Nathan Harvey. We do not know who is behind the plate at this moment. But those are your 2 people decked out in blue. Fouled back. A grounder along the dirt. Remains 1-2 on Dominic Schoenborn. Schoenborn with a 1-2 count this season. His batting, he has not gotten a hit. He pops that up into left field. That will get down past a diving LaCroix, and Schoenborn has a 1-out single into left, and that'll bring up Aiden Johnson.
Left fielder, Aiden Johnson.
So Dominic Schoenborn getting his first hit of the year with either an 0-2, 1-2, or 2-2 count. Getting on the first Catholic Central base runner of this baseball game. As we mentioned back in that second inning, or back in that first inning, that's driven into left field for a single by Aiden Johnson on the first pitch, and now Cougars have 2-1 here for Adam Wanzel.
Center fielder, Andrew Wanzel.
Adam. Pullman will lean in, get the sign from Verbug. First pitch, grounded toward first, picked up, double play ball. They get the runner at second, way overthrown to first, and now Adam Wanzel trying to get to second. That was hopped over the second baseman Kreiska's glove, and so Adam Wanzel with a odd flurry of events. Johnson is thrown out 3 to 4, but an E4 allows Wanzel to advance to second, and now there are 2 on in scoring position for Andrew McCall. McCall hasn't played a lot this season. He only, first pitch down and away, he has only had 11 at-bats on the year with, he's batting .364 though. He's ranking in the top half of Catholic Central batters. Facing a 1-0 now. Pullman will work from the chest. The left-handed pitcher delivers a fastball upstairs, which is swung on and missed by McCall. 1-1 now. 2 outs here for McCall. 2 runners in scoring position. Schoenborn on third. Wanzel at second. Big leadoff for Wanzel. No 1-0s. Or the 1-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. Cougars trying to crack Pullman for the first time. They have their first 3 base runners in this baseball game in this inning. It's popped up behind home plate and behind us as well. That will hit the bleachers on Gartner Field behind us. For a foul ball, remains 1-2. One defensive switch for Grandville. Carson Smith sliding into center after Peyton Mazzola was out with that rolled ankle. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He fouled it off, and Catholic Central unable to do anything with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. We will head to the top of the third. Grandville leading 1-0. This is your home for Catholic Central Baseball.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
It'll be Braden LaCroix leading it off for Grandville here in this third inning. Grandville leading 1-0. Grounded to second, picked up by Kuzner, and one away. So that'll bring up Duke Schur. He is 0 for 1 with a flyout to left his last time up. That ended the first inning before Grandville could get anything across. He's got bases empty. He stands in. First pitch from Klaus is upstairs. That is outside for the second ball of the at-bat. First baseman awaits the 2-0. He pops that up high on the infield. John Passanaw tracking over to his left, steps over second base and makes the grab before flipping it behind him to Luke Kuzner, who was a little bit surprised by that, and there are 2 away.
Right fielder,
It'll bring up Ian Sanders, who was 1 for 1 with a double into right his last time up. Watches that come in there for a strike. Two outs here. Top 3. That is outside. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Taking a look. Our first look at the out-of-town scoreboard. After this pitch, which is low and away, the West Michigan Whitecaps are in action this coming Tuesday at Fort Wayne as they begin a 6-game set. All of their series this year are 6 games. The 2-1 from Klaus upstairs, 3-1 on Ian Sanders. They will open their season at Fort Wayne at 7:05 p.m. on Tuesday, May 4th. The 3-1 from Klaus. Fouled back to the backstop, full count. They will come back home on Tuesday, May 11th. They do not play any Monday games this season. Their first series at home will be against Great Lakes, opening night at home. That's full count driven into center field. That will get down for a base hit and a 2-out single for Ian Sanders. Great Lakes will be in town for a 6-game set from the 11th through the 16th.
Mason Robinson.
All of those games minus the Sunday game at 6:35. The Sunday game is at 2 p.m. You can find more information and get tickets on MILB.com /West Michigan. That pitch is a wild pitch. That took an easy hop off of the pillar behind home plate as part of the backstop, but it came right back to Bates, but nobody was covering second. So it's a wild pitch that moves Sanders over. Robinson faces a 1-0 here. Robinson 1 for 1 with a single. Breaking ball inside. 2-0. Klaus will stare down and get the sign. Come set from the belt. Right down the middle for strike one. On Robinson, he singled into right his last time up. Eventually came to third, but was stranded as part of that bases loaded 1-out jam that Klaus got out of. That's fouled back to the backstop once again. That evens up the count at 2 apiece. Shirley is on deck. He had an RBI sac fly back in that second inning. Grandville leading 1-0 here, top of the third. They got 2 outs. Everybody playing straight on, including the outfield and the infield. The 2-2. Grounded to second, picked up by Kuzner off a hop, fired over to Schoenborn for the third out of the inning. For the Cougars, it is Ben Passanaugh, John Passanaugh, Kuzner leading it on, or due up for them in the bottom of the third. This is your home for Catholic Central Baseball, the Cougar Baseball Network.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
It'll be the third baseman, Ben Passanaugh, leading things off here in the bottom of the third. Catholic Central trailing 1-0 here at the Cat Reagan Cleves, here inside the Fox Motors broadcast booth. First pitch catches the low outside corner for strike one. Umpire behind the plate has been giving that all day, and he's been consistent on it. The 0-1. Outside, 1-on-1 now on Passanaugh. It's kind of an interesting dynamic between these two teams. Grandville hasn't, Catholic Central hasn't had Grandville on their radar. They have been out of the OK Red they haven't been in the OK Red for lots of years, and Grandville has been away in that division for a while. The 2-1 from Pullman. Outside. 3-1, pardon. Andrew Pullman, not only a pitcher, but he's also a defenseman in hockey. That's where I know his name from. Swung on and missed by Passanaugh on a fastball outside. Pullman has fought back, makes it a 3-1 count. He will come set. Works from the chin. The payoff pitch. Fouled back into the right. Outside. So. The count will remain full. Leadoff batter Ben Passanaugh for the Catholic Central Cougars. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Ben Passano walks away, being the second victim of the afternoon for a strikeout from Andrew Pullman. With one away, that'll bring up
shortstop
John Passano, the shortstop for the Catholic Central Cougars. The left side of the infield, very easy to call from up here in the broadcast booth. All you have to say is Passano, and you know you're right one way or another. Breaking ball to the top part of the zone for strike one on Passano. Cougars haven't had a lot of ground balls today. In fact, all of their outs have been either strikeouts or pop-outs, with the exception of one ground out. Aiden Johnson was first part of a opportunity for a double play, which was eventually botched when Kreiska threw it over his first baseman, lined to short. That hopped off of Helgevold and into left, and Catholic Central has John Passano on with one out here in the bottom of the third. It's a weird hop for Helgevold. It looked like it ricocheted off of his foot and into left, and Grandville, Catholic Central, the benefactors of fortuitous bounces in this bottom third. Pickoff move for Pullman. He fires over. Sliding back there is John Passano safely. 1-0. Grandville leads this baseball game. Runner goes upstairs. Throw down to second. It is in time, and a caught stealing by John Passano. Nifty 2-4 for Grandville. And it is now 2 away for Grandville and Luke Kuzner. Watch that go upstairs. Timeout called by the umpire. Coming set. Pullman kicks and fires. Outside. 2-0. That's grounded back to Pullman. Pullman will pick it up and lob it over to his first baseman, Dirkshire. And we will head to the top of the fourth. Nothing going for Catholic Central through 3. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Michigan, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Here in the top of the fourth, it is
Up to bat.
Grandville's
Third baseman, Kyle Shirley.
Kyle Shirley up to bat. He had a sacrifice fly his last time out with an RBI. The only RBI of the baseball game so far. Peyton Klaus still working from the first base side here in this game. On the inside for the first ball of the inning. It's been a very low-scoring baseball game, very low action, except for that second inning when Grandville stranded their bases loaded. They had 3 men on with 1 out, and Klaus proceeded to strike out swinging Smith and Verbug's 2 straight batters and escape that jam back in the second inning. 2-1 here to Shirley. Popped up high, and that might hit us. And it'll actually come down behind us and ricochet back up to our left. 2-2 now on the third baseman for the Bulldogs. The 2-1, or the 2-2. Upstairs. Full count on Kyle Shirley. Top of the fourth, Catholic Central. Trailing 1-0, trying to trying to hold that lead right now. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Kyle Shirley, and Klaus gets his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. That'll bring up number 2, Ben Helgevold, a left-handed batter. He reached on an error his last time up and also got to second on that same error. Pitch outside, 1-0. Klaus will step, kick, and fire. On the outside, low corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the Grandville shortstop. The 1-1. Up and away. 2-1. The 2-1. Lined up the middle, picked up by Kuzner, not in time to first. As Helgevold beat out the throw, an infield hit. And they have 1 man on with 1 out here for number 22, Dawson Kreiska.
Second baseman, Dawson Kreiska.
Again, we are live from the Cat for this first of 2 baseball games today. Catholic Central and Grandville duking it out in an out-of-conference doubleheader. Klaus tries the pick-off move over to first, not in time. Sliding back there is Helgevold. The Grandville second baseman is 0 for 1 with a ground out his first time up and a walk. Once again, back in the second inning, another pick-off move by Peyton Klaus. Doesn't get the runner. 1 out here. Top of the fourth, Catholic Central and Grandville. Grandville leading this one 1-0. 3rd straight pickoff move. Klaus still has not delivered a pitch to Dawson Kreiska. He'll check the runner. Runner goes upstairs. Throw down to second. Not in time. That throw was off by Jabin Bates. He hooked it to the left, and a stolen base for Helgevold. So now man on second for Kreiska and a 1-0 count. Pitch is up and in. Kreiska ducked out of the way of that one. Now 2-0. Klaus is averaging 74 pitches a game, the second most for Catholic Central, as he swings and misses on that. Ahead of him is only Dominic Schoenborn, who pitches a lot of high inning games. Runner goes to third, throw down, not in time, and another stolen base by Helgevold. That was a strike, and it's now 2-1 on Kreiska. Runner on third now. Klaus comes set. The 2-2. Check swing, down and away, didn't go. 3-1. For Peyton Klaus coming to this, he was pitching 53.7% of his pitches were strikes. That's sure to spike up due to this one. Fouled back. Full count here on Kreiska. Pitchers today ineligible for Catholic Central is Luke Kuzner, John Passanaw, and Dominic Schoenborn. A payoff pitch. Got him. Strike three, looking on the outside corner. He was looking. Kreiska was already on his way to first before the umpire behind the plate signaled strike three in the punch out.
Now up to bat.
And there's now 2 outs for Carson Smith. Smith struck out his last time up. The first part of that 2 straight strikeouts that ended that bases loaded 1-out jam. First pitch upstairs from Klaus. 1-0. Catholic Central again in search of their first out-of-conference win today. The 1-0. Breaking ball upstairs. Had a lot of movement on that one, but fortunately not a lot of downward movement, as that was what would have been needed in order to get in there for a strike. Klaus comes set, checks the runner at third from the belt. Low and away. 3-0. 3 straight balls after a full count strikeout to Kreiska. Klaus trying not to lose Carson Smith here. He'll step off and then step back in. The 3-0 from Klaus. Up and in. He walked him on 4 pitches. So after a strikeout, Klaus deals 4 balls. And now Catholic Central will have a mound meeting as out comes Catholic Central's manager, Tim McKinnon. And we will have a mound meeting. Not sure if this will be just a regrouping or if they're going to yank Klaus here. He's only pitched 3 innings, or right now 3 2/3. And doesn't look like McKinnon is bringing anybody in, just bringing in the infield to talk about things here. Again, Dominic Schoenborn, the first baseman for Catholic Central, is unable to pitch today, as he pitched back on Thursday. He delivered
Now up to bat.
74
Catcher,
pitches.
Spencer Berger.
74 pitches his last time out. Back on Tuesday. Pitches upstairs, first offering to Verbug. 1 ball, no strikes. We're at the top of the 4th. 2 outs here from the Cat. Runners on the corners. Outfield playing straight away, as is the infield. The 1-0 runner goes from first, swing and a miss. Faked the throw down to second. Did Bates almost got Helgevold to bite, but a big cut by Verbug ends up evening up the count at 1-1. Grandville trying to extend their 1-run lead here. Breaking ball upstairs, 2-1 now. On the Grandville catcher. He is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout his last time up. He was the second strikeout to end that second inning. Fouled bat to the backstop. Once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Spencer Verbug. On deck is LaCroix, who is 0 for 1. The 2-2 from Klaus. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. And we head to the bottom of the fourth. Catholic Central still only trailing by 1. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on your home for Catholic Central Baseball.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
It'll be Jabin Bates up to bat here in the bottom of the fourth. We have our graphics wrong on screen, pardon that. There we go. Now it says bottom fourth for y'all. First pitch from Pullman. Outside, handcuffed Verbug behind the plate. And it's now 1-0 on Jabin Bates. Bates 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center his last time up. As a leadoff batter, he's batting .500 through 2 plate appearances. That's driven high, fly ball into left. Tracking over there is LaCroix, and he'll make the grab on the run for a fly out to 7, and the first out of the inning for Catholic Central. That'll bring up Peyton Klaus, the Catholic Central pitcher, who is also 0 for 1. He was the first out of the inning back in the second. Cougars still trying to respond to that run by Grandville back in the second. The kick and the fire from Pullman. Bounced inside. 1-0. Both pitchers have pitched decently well. Cougars got a hold of Pullman back in that second inning, but they stranded 2. Tapped foul down the third base side. 1-1 now on Klaus. Klaus comes into today batting .276 on a 1-1 here. Drives that foul down the right field side. That'll put the count to 1-2. On 1-2 count, Klaus is batting .250. The 1-2 from Pullman. Down low, that evens up the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Klaus strikes out. And there are 2 away now for Andrew Pullman. That will bring up Dominic Schoenborn, one of the 3 Cougars, to have a hit today. He singled his last time up into left center. First pitch offering from Pullman. Breaking ball up and away. That dropped down just above the strike zone on Big Red. The 1-0. Breaking ball in again. That's a ball once again. That looked to be down low this time. So Pullman misses upstairs and then misses downstairs for a 2-0 count. From the chest, the kick and the fire. Inside and up. 3-0, 3 straight balls. Cougars today have not had a 3-0 count from Andrew Pullman. Taking all the way was Dominic Schoenborn, and he walked him. Cougars draw their first walk of the afternoon, and 1 on for Aiden Johnson. Now we have a courtesy runner for Dominic Schoenborn. We'll see who comes in. It'll be Brian Langlois in for
Left fielder, Aiden Johnson.
Dominic Schoenborn. Schoenborn is going to re-enter, as we heard Tim McKinnon say. Downstairs, he was letting the umpire know. First pitch to Johnson is a strike on the outside part of the plate. Johnson is 1 for 1 with a single into left his last time up. He ended up getting thrown out as the first part of a hopeful double play that was eventually broken up. Throw down to first. Did they get him? No. Throw was offline from Verbug, and it looked like Dukeshire dropped the baseball on the attempt to tag him out. So Ryan Langlois stays at first. The 1-1. But the throw over, they got him. Ryan Langlois not getting back in time. So Aiden Johnson will be back up to bat when the Cougars come up to bat again. And we will head to the top of the 5th. Catholic Central trailing still by 1. This is your home for Catholic Central Baseball.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Michigan knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Michigan needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
It'll be Braden LaCroix to lead things off. The left-handed batter is 0 for 1 today, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a ground out. First pitch offering outside, called a strike. 0-1 now on the Grandville left fielder. Low and away, ball 1. Working from the first base side of the rubber, that pitch is upstairs. Here in the 5th inning, Catholic Central still trying to even up the baseball game, but they'll have to wait until the home half of the 5th. That's upstairs. 3-1 now on Braden LaCroix, trying to draw his second walk of the afternoon on a full 1 count. Of the game on a 3-1 count. That pitch is outside, and he did just that. His second walk of the game on a 3-1 count, and Peyton Klaus has given a free base to the 5th batter
First baseman,
of the game. That'll bring up Andrew Dukeshire
Andrew Dukeshire.
with 1 on. First pitch, way up and in, and that will head to the backstop and down to second. Here's LaCroix on a wild pitch. And now there is a man in scoring position for Dukeshire. Klaus comes set, checks the runner at second, and delivers. That pitch is upstairs. Now 2-0 on the Grandville first baseman. Here in the fifth inning, we'll take a look for the second time today at our out-of-town scoreboard and take a look at the Detroit Tigers. That pitch outside, throw down to second is well off by Jabin Bates. He hasn't been very accurate throwing down today. Just another example of that. Usually he's pretty pinpoint accurate throwing out from behind the plate. That pitch is in there for a strike. 3-1 on Dukeshire. First baseman is 0 for 2 today with pop-outs and fly-outs. That's grounded toward short. That hopped over the glove of John Passanaw and into left field. Runners on the corners now for the
Right fielder, Ian Sanders up to bat.
For Ian Sanders. I'm going to call that a hit in the left. It looked like it did not hit John Passanaw by any means, and so it is in as a hit, and that'll put runners on the corners now for Ian Sanders, who is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. He came around to score the only run, and he's got the 2-run lead 90 feet away at third base. No outs here. Runners on the corner. LaCroix on third. Dukeshire on first. Sanders will step in. First pitch from Klaus. Well outside. It looked like a slider making its way. Jabin Bates showing good quickness to get over and to make sure that didn't go to the backstop and leave LaCroix a free chance to get to the plate. Tigers are at the Yankees today starting at 1:05 Eastern Daylight Time. That pitch is a strike in the outside part of the plate. 1-1 now. Sanders, straightaway stance, slightly bent at the knees, swings the bat over the right shoulder. Throw over to first, sliding back in safely is Dukeshire. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sanders, the right fielder. Doesn't have an RBI, but he does have the 1-run score, the 1-1. Up and away. 2-1 now. Cougars still in search of their first out of the game, trying not to let Grandville extend this lead. Pitch outside on an ice-breaking ball. Catches the low outside corner to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Klaus will come set. He will kick and fire. Swing and a miss. He got Ian Sanders swinging for his first strikeout of the inning and the first out here for the Catholic Central Cougars. That will bring up
DH, Mason Robinson.
Mason Robinson. The DH is 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single. Klaus will come set. Work from the belt. The first pitch. Upstairs, looked like a fastball. 1-0. Cougars have a lot of hit in every inning, and that is the case here as well, as Dukeshire reached on a single. Now the throw over to first, not in time.
So when you plug this in, you just turn this on and then it
Klaus will
comes up?
lean in and come set.
Plug it in. And Jim said
The 1-0.
you're out.
Well upstairs.
Have it ready for
2-0. Cougars right now have allowed. Now that pitch is upstairs. Cougars have allowed 6 hits in this one. 3-0. On Robinson. Pitch is a breaking ball upstairs. He walked him. So Robinson to first, and bases loaded with 1 out here. That will bring up Kyle Shirley, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a sac fly. RBI back in the second inning. Left-handed batter will step in, but first we have Tim McKinnon coming up for a mound visit here. We may or may not have a pitching change here. As McKinnon comes in just to talk with the infield. Everybody converging. Ben Passanaugh, John Passanaugh, Luke Kuzner, Dominic Schoenborn, Peyton Klaus, and Jabin Bates. And the outfielders do the same, but in center field, and Johnson, Wanzel, and McCall. Shirley looking for his first hit of the game. Once he steps in. And McKinnon breaks up that mound meeting. Cougars, everybody will trot back to where
Third
they
baseman,
normally
Kyle
are.
Shirley at the bat.
The third baseman for the Grandville Bulldogs. Bases loaded. 1 out here. Umpire calling time behind home plate. He will signal to resume baseball, and Klaus will come set. First pitch. Well outside. 4-1. Neither team has reached into their bullpen yet today. Both starting pitchers, Klaus and Pullman, have worked all 4 innings up to this point. Pitch from Klaus. In there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now. To Kyle Shirley. 1 out here, bases loaded. Everybody playing straight on. The 1-1 driven into center field. Wanzel will have that drop in front of him. And coming home to score is LaCroix, and a bases loaded. 1 out single for Kyle Shirley. He has his second RBI of the baseball game. And Grandville is now up 2-0. An easy poke into center, and now Tim McKinnon will come out for yet another mound meeting here in the 5th inning, and it looks like we will have a pitching change. We'll see who gets the baseball. Looks like it'll be Ben Passanaugh maybe coming in, or Andrew McCall. We'll see as McCall comes trotting in from right field. But Ben Passanaugh did get the baseball. McCall will head to third. Peyton Klaus will head it out back into right. So we will step aside. Cougars have a Treadstone funding pitching change here on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Health concerns in
So defensive changes for Catholic Central. The pitcher, Peyton Klaus, moves to center. Wanzel moves over to right. McCall comes in from right to third. And Ben Passanaw, who was at third, comes in to pitch. Pitch is inside for a ball on Helgevold. Helgevold is 1 for 1 with a single. Here's Grandville, leads it 2-0. The 1-0 from Passanaw. Driven into center. Coming in is Klaus. He will make the grab, and the relay to home. Actually, the throw over to third. Did they get him? Yes! And they get him, but the run does score. So it will now be 3-0 as it'll be 3-0 as Dukeshire comes in to score, and Grandville gets 2 runs across in that 5th inning, and they now lead it 3-0. We will head to the bottom of the 5th with that double play ball. Catholic Central trailing still 3-0. This is your home for Catholic Central baseball. Aiden Johnson up to bat for the Catholic Central Cougars here in the bottom of the 5th. Aiden Johnson was on base when was at bat when Brian Langlois got thrown out 1-3 on a pickoff, which ended that 4th inning for Catholic Central. So he is back up to bat. He watches that first one go in for a ball. Swing and a miss on the second pitch. 1-1 now. Catholic Central, despite coming into this one drawing a lot of walks against that Thornapple Kellogg team, that's driven into left, almost hopped over the left fielder LaCroix's glove on the hop, but it got down, and a single leadoff for Aiden Johnson, and the Cougars have one on for Adam Wanzel. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Catholic Central trailing now 3-0 to Grandville. Pullman will try the pick-off move. Sliding back in safely is Aiden Johnson. The first pitch fouled hard down the third base line. Catholic Central with a runner on first in Aiden Johnson. Adam Wanzel facing an 0-1 count here. The 0-1. Tapped foul. When facing an 0-2 count this season, Adam Wanzel hasn't had a hit. He's had 5 at-bats. Pitches outside, but called a strike. My goodness. That looked like it was well outside, but it is a called strike 3, and now there's one away. for Andrew McCall.
Third baseman, Andrew McCall.
Andrew McCall, the third baseman now for Catholic Central after that switcheroo back when Cougars brought in Ben Passanaugh. He watches that go by for a ball. He grounds that to third. It got past Shirley. And a one-out double here as Johnson comes to third. He slides in safely. And on a fielder's choice, McCall gets a single and moves over. And now the Cougars have two men in scoring position for Ben Passanaugh.
Third baseman, Ben Passanaugh.
And with only one away, Cougars looking to get back in this one. Ben Passanaugh will step in. Pullman will get the sign and come set. Working from the chin. He'll kick and fire. Breaking ball inside. 1-0. The 1-0 from Pullman. Right down the heart of the plate for strike one. Passanaugh is now the pitcher. The 1-1. Fouled back to the right in front of the Grandville fan base. Along the first base side. That'll put the count to 1-2. When facing a 1-2 count, Ben Passanaugh is batting .125. The 1-2. Lined into right. That will get down. And the Cougars get a run home in Aiden Johnson, an RBI single into right. And the Cougars have themselves their first run of the baseball game and have cut the lead to 2. A good poke there by Ben Passanaugh gets himself.
Shortstop, John Passanaugh.
For Ben, that is his 5th RBI of the year. And now Matt Cook will come out to talk with Andrew Pullman. They may or may not pull him from the baseball game. They converge at the mound with all the infield coming in. So as it stands, McCall is on third base with Passanaugh on first when we resume play once more. Catholic Central getting their first run across here as everybody breaks up on the mound. Looks like no changes have been made. And so for John Passanaugh, runners on the corners with only one out, has a chance to pull Catholic Central back within one here with that run just 90 feet away. Pullman will come set, kick, and fire. Up and in for ball one. Catholic Central has 6 hits now in this game. That's down low for ball 2. Luke Kuzner sitting on deck. 0 for 2 today. John Passanaugh at bat. 1 for 2 with a single back in the third. The 2-0. Upstairs. 3-0. Andrew Pullman showing a little bit of jitters after 3 Catholic Central singles. 1 from Johnson, 1 from McCall, and 1 from Ben Passanaugh. Here in this 5th inning. The 3-0. Taking all the way was Passanaugh, but that caught the upstairs part of the plate for strike one. 3-1 here on John Passanaugh. The kick and the fire. Well outside. Passanaugh does his usual flip of the bat back behind him, no look, and as he trots to first on a 3-1 walk, and the bases are loaded for Luke Kuzner. Now we have yet another mound meeting, and it may be the fact that they have decided to pull him as Carson Smith comes trotting in. And it looks like that will be the case as Andrew Pullman has out. It is a Center for Physical Rehabilitation. Bulldogs pitching change. We will be right back with more action. 1 out here in the 5th. Catholic Central looking to add more to their total here. 3-1 Bulldogs lead. This is your home for Catholic Central Baseball.
Being a teenager is tough. There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Michigan's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
On the mound now with 1 out here for the Grandville Bulldogs is Carson Smith, who came in from center field. He switched with Pullman, and Pullman is now back at center. First pitch, right down the middle, a nice fastball for strike 1. Luke Kuzner up at bat. He is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. He will face an 0-1. Upstairs for ball 1. Both starting pitchers going 4 1/3. The 1-1 from Smith. Up and away, 2-1. Bases loaded here for Luke Kuzner. With runners in scoring position, Kuzner is batting .267. The 2-1 from Smith. Upstairs, Kuzner held off that one. That was a borderline pitch. And it's now 3-1. Kuzner got the benefit of the doubt on that one. Carson Smith will get the sign from Verbug and come set. The 3-1. Up and in. He walked home a run. And McCall will come home to score, and everybody will advance a base as Kuzner is on with a 1-out walk. It is now 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. That will bring up Jabin Bates. Pitches up and away. So an RBI for Kuzner with that walk, the 1-0. Driven into left field, into foul territory, calling off his man is Helgevold. He'll make the out, throw to home, not in time, and the throw back to second. They pulled him off the base, but he's in there safely, and the Cougars score 1 on a sacrifice fly from Jabin Bates. So the Cougars are in a tie game here with an RBI from Jabin Bates, and that will bring up Peyton Klaus. First pitch is grounded toward the pitcher. It was picked up, and the beating out the throw is Peyton Klaus, and he scores 2 on a 2 RBI single. Actually, we'll give that an error, as hesitating at second was Helgevold. So an E6 brings home a run,
baseman Dominic Schoenborn.
which would have been, so that negates the RBI. He would have easily been beaten out. And now 2-run score. It's now 5-3 Catholic Central. Catches the low outside corner for strike 1. So an error by the shortstop Helgevold as he hesitated before throwing to first. Pitch down in the dirt, 1-1 to Dominic Schoenborn. Cougars have scored 4 in this inning. 1 earned run to Smith. Throw down, got him. And now Dominic Schoenborn will be back up to bat when we get to the home half of the 6th inning. Cougars get 4 across in that one. And Catholic Central is now leading 5-3 on your home for Catholic Central Baseball.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
We are back up for a top of the 6th. Cougars getting 5 runs across. As I misspoke going to break there, they got 5 runs across in that 5th inning and now lead it 5-3. Here against Grandville. Kreiska up to bat here for Grandville to start things off. We'll follow that back into the left. Warming up in the Bulldog pen looks like Ben Helgevold out there. Pitch from Passanaw is inside. 1-1 now on the Bulldogs' second baseman. 62 degrees outside. It has warmed up a little bit. It's fouled back. Hits Jabin Bates and stays behind home plate. 1-2 for Kreiska. 1-2. That's a fair baseball. And throw down to first. Got him, and the umpire called that a fair baseball, but it looked like it hit off of Kreiska's foot. And the third base coach for the Bulldogs coming in to talk with the home plate umpire. And he wants him to talk with the first with the infield umpire. But right now, as it stands, it's a 6-3 ground out. As the umpires converge, we'll see what their verdict is here in the top of the 6th. They come together. And umpires today, Jackson Peterson and Nathan Harvey. Not sure which one's behind home plate. They go and talk. It looked like it had hit off Kreiska's foot. He walked away like it did. And if it did, it would be a foul ball. And they're calling him out. I guess none of them saw, and if they didn't see it, they can't call it. So it is a 5-3 ground out for Catholic Central to start this half inning off on the defensive side of things. That will bring up Carson Smith. Now the pitcher for the Bulldogs. First pitch from Passanaw. Upstairs for ball 1. Here, partly cloudy outside. We're in a cloudy patch right now. The 1-0. Fouled. That one hit Carson Smith. Probably didn't. The umpire probably didn't see it hit him. And if they can't see it, they can't call it. It was fouled off, 1-1. Now to Smith. Pitch from Passanaw down low, 2-1.
So they're saying, like, basically he hit it and then he didn't run. He was fair. Didn't run, so then they just threw him out.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the Grandville pitcher. More than likely, they will keep the designated hitter in. That's fouled up to the max stop. And it bounces away. Remains 2-2. More than likely, Bulldogs will keep Mason Robinson in as the designated hitter and won't hit Andrew Pullman here. The 2-2 from the belt. Fouled back again. Good battle here between these two pitchers. As we mentioned earlier, Peyton Klaus moved back out to center. The 2-2. Fouled down the third base line. Another foul ball. Cougars in a big battle here. Passanaw and Smith. The 2-2. Outside. 3-2. Full count now on Carson Smith. Coming into today, Ben Passanaw hadn't allowed an earned run. He's 1-0 on the year with 1 save. That's driven into left field. Tracking back is Aiden Johnson to the wall. It hit down behind him, and a 1-out double for Carson Smith after a long battle with Ben Passanaw. He finally gets a hold of one and drives it into left.
Spencer Verberg at the bat.
With a double, and now there's a man on second for Spencer Verberg. He is 1 for 3 with the 2 strikeouts and a single back in the first. He will face Ben Passanaw for the first time today. The pitch upstairs. The 1-0 from Passanaw. Grounded this short, picked up by John Passanaw, but it slipped by him. And that will be an error as it got past Passanaw. And E6 for John. And that'll bring up Braden LaCroix with runners on the corners. 1 out. Grandville trying to get runs back here. High winds today at least in the forecast. Passanant comes set, kicks and fires. Driven into left center, that will get down past Waddell. That will score one and two here is rounding second. They throw back. Did they get him? Yes, they did. Sliding back in was LaCroix, but he was too far away from the bag, and with a double, a 2 RBI double for him, but he gets thrown out 6-4. He got too cocky. And now there's 2 outs. But it is a tie baseball game as Grandville gets their runners across. Nice breaking ball there from Ben Passanant to Duke Shear. For strike 1. 2 outs here. Tie game. Grandville getting those 2 runs off of a 2 RBI double from LaCroix before he was thrown out, getting too cocky around second base. He will stand in. The 0-2 from Passanant. Popped up and into right, or into left. Johnson coming over. He will make the grab. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. Cougars have a chance to get back on top in a 5-5 baseball game. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Runners, to your mark. Set.
Some may see a sprinter. At the NFHS, we see a future leader already off to the races. Some may see a volleyball player.
Good hit! Way to go, girls! Woo!
At the NFHS, we see a spike in confidence that will help her achieve her potential. What else do we see? Musicians learning to march to their own beat.
In the bottom of the 6th, facing Smith, he fouls the first pitch hard down the right field line for strike 1. He had a 1-1 count on him the last time he was up. When Klaus was thrown out, that hits Dominic in on the left shoulder, and he will trot over to first. So a hit by pitch puts a runner on here for Aiden Johnson, who's got a single. He came around to score back in that 5th run, 5th inning for Catholic Central. He will step up facing Smith for the first time today. Schoenborn on first. No outs here, bottom 6. Schoenborn with a very small lead off, and he slides back in awkwardly. Back into first. Schoenborn doesn't get a lot of running opportunity. He's advanced 8 times. Bunt opportunity. They'll throw down to second. Way in time for Dominic Schoenborn. So on a failed bunt opportunity for Aiden Johnson is 2-4. Tackle. 0-1 in there for a strike. The first bit, the 0-2 outside for ball one. Bengals should have taken that offensive lineman. The 1-2. Down low, 2-2. He walked him. Talking NFL draft up here in the booth, and Bengals fans around the globe are not happy with them taking the wide receiver from LSU that they did instead of the offensive lineman, because they absolutely need protection for. That's grounded to short, and 2 away.
Right fielder, Adam Wanzel.
That'll bring up Adam Wanzel, the right fielder. He shifted over from center when Klaus went out to center. First pitch, bunt attempt that was well inside. Wanzel had to skip out of the way of that one. 1-0 now. 2 away here. In the bottom of the 6th, tie baseball game from the Cat. The 1-0. Up and away. Two 2-0 on Adam Wanzel. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. In there for a strike. He reached on an error. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time up, and then advanced to second on an error. That's down low. 3-1 now on Wanzel. Struck out his last time up. Also against Smith. Pitches outside. He walked Wanzel. And the Cougars have one on here with 2 outs. That'll bring up Andrew McCall, who singled his last time up. He's got a runner on second. He's got a runner on first here. Trying to put Catholic Central back up on top. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Fouled off, actually, into the mitt of Verbug. It's 0-1. Approaching the top of the 1 o'clock hour here on May 1st. Temperature outside still 62 degrees. It's leveled off. We're in high 50s earlier today. That first pitch, actually. 1-1. Grounded toward third. Picked up by Shirley. He'll fire over, and Grandville gets out of that. And we will head to the top of the 7th. Grandville has a last opportunity to get back on top here. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Right fielder.
Well, it's Sanders, Robinson, Shirley, 6, 7, 8 for the Bulldogs, leading things off here in the top of the 7th. Here in a tie game from the Cat, it'll be Ian Sanders to step up, the right fielder for the Bulldogs. He today is 2 for 3 with a strikeout, a double, and a single. He'll watch the break breaking ball offering from Passanant come inside for ball one. Cougars have only scored runs in one inning. That was back in the fifth with 5 runs. Pitch outside, hopped in and out of Bates's glove. 1-2 now. 2-0, pardon, on Ian Sanders. 7th inning. Here in a very good baseball game thus far. Only a few innings. That again popped in and out of Bates's glove on an up and in fastball. He's having trouble here this inning, punching that glove, trying to get things to work and hoping it stays in there. 3-0 to Sanders here from Ben Passanant. He'll kick and fire. Down low, he walked him. So the go-ahead run on base for the designated hitter, Mason Robinson, the highest numbered player on this Bulldog squad.
DH, Mason Robinson.
He will step in with a runner on first, trying to give the Bulldogs the lead for the first time since the top of the fifth. Bunt attempt, grounded right to Passanant, double play. Can they get him? He hopped under, he got in there in time. That was the right call by Passanant to get him over, and now Tim McKinnon is appealing this. Not necessarily one to appeal here, as that umpire at second base had the best line. And now Tim McKinnon not happy about that. It was a force out. He didn't need to get the tag on him. And he is not happy with the umpires here, Jackson Peterson and Nathan Harvey. Going to talk about things. Now the infield umpire talking with McKinnon, trying to see why he was safe. McKinnon shakes his head and walks back to the dugout, not happy. So fielder's choice for Robinson, and Sanders over to second. Tim McKinnon still not happy about that as he is back in the dugout. So it should be 1 out here, but instead 0 outs and 2 runners on.
Third baseman, Kyle Shirley.
And now Tim McKinnon out to talk with home plate umpire, maybe some substitutions here. They meet just inside, or just on the edge of the home plate dirt. McKinnon walks back to the dugout. And it'll be the first pitch to Kyle Shirley, who has 2 RBIs today in this 5-run baseball game. Passanant will come set. He will kick and fire. That pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Bulldogs have 2 men on here. Sanders on second, Robinson on first. Bunt attempt upstairs, throw down to second. It'll be a pickle, but it got past John Passanant, and they're sending the runner home. Throw to the plate, not in time. My goodness, errors galore there. It hopped under John Passanant's glove, and it is a strike. So he left the bat out on Shirley, so it'll be a 1-1 count. Jabin Bates throw down to second. Not sure who to call that an error on. Now there's some confusion here. So they're talking about down on the field. Not sure what it is, but either way, Grandville is now up 6-5. Here in a close one. Might be a totally different baseball game if they get that out call at second. Up and away. 2-1. Good news is Cougars still have a chance to respond. Upon opportunity, he didn't leave the bat out. Throw down, got him at first. Schoenborn, nice tag. Yep, 3-1. That was a ball on Shirley, but the throw down, that clears the bases. And the Cougars get that out they needed on a 2-3. Very nice work there by Jabin Bates. He throws fast out from behind the plate. And he's got some agility. That's lined into right. Coming in, a diving play. Couldn't be made there by Wanzel, and it hops under him. That'll be a hit into right for Shirley, and Grandville has one back on here with one away.
Shortstop, Ben Helgevold coming up to bat.
That'll be Helgevold. And he is 1 for 1 with a single, reached on an error and a sac fly back in the 5th with an RBI. He's got a man on here. Breaking ball outside. 1-0. This baseball game reaching 2 hours here. As we started at 11:58, or pardon me, 10:58 back at the start of this one, and we have played a full 7 innings. Fouled back, hits the grating behind home plate. 1-1 on Helgevold. Runner on first. No runners on. Actually, runner on first. I had Schoenborn was blocking my view of Kyle Shirley. So there is a runner on. Shirley takes a 3-step lead. Passanant kicks and fires. Inside, almost hit Helgevold, but it's a ball. 2-1. 6-5. Grandville leads this baseball game on an error by Jabin Bates. The throw was low to second, and Passanant couldn't corral it, and it hopped into center field. Ball upstairs and away. 3-1 now on Helgevold as the throw down to second was not in time. Helgevold will step back in. Straightaway stance, spin at the knees and the hip. The 3-1. Upstairs, and he walked him. Now 2 runners on here, only 1 out. For Kreiska. Dawson Kreiska will come up.
Second baseman, Dawson Kreiska.
Kreiska today, 1 for 3 with a walk, a strikeout, and 2 ground outs. 1 out here, top of the 7th. Catholic Central trailing by 1. First pitch, up and in for ball 1. The 1-0 from Passanant. Breaking ball. Worked from the top of the zone down into the middle of it for a strike. Beautiful break on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Kreiska. Passanant will kick and fire. Well inside. That hit him. And Passanant with a single and a walk. And now a hit by pitch has loaded the bases for Grandville's Carson Smith.
Center fielder, Carson Smith.
He's the pitcher. He will step back in. He had a double his last time up into left. The first pitch. Upstairs on Smith. He is 1 for 2 with a double, a strikeout, and a walk. He was stranded back in the 4th. He came around to score in that 6th. Part of what tied up that baseball game. Breaking ball upstairs. A little high on Carson Smith. He came in for Mazzola back, for Peyton Mazzola back in the 1st after Mazzola came back to first and rolled up his ankle. The 2-0. Check swing, but it was a strike anyway. 2-1. Both teams have only used 2 pitchers so far in this one. Passanant will work from the belt. The 2-1. Breaking ball inside, just barely. Borderline call, and it'll be now 3-1. Or 3-1, pardon. On Smith. It looked like it was a good pitch from up here, but it must have just been a little bit inside. The 3-1. Fouled down the third base line. Ben Passanant battling back to make it a full count. Here, Cougars have 1 out. Bases loaded here for Carson Smith. He doubled on a full count his last time up, and eventually came around to score to tie the baseball game up. The payoff pitch. Grounded up the middle, past John Passanant into center field. That will score 2. And a 2 RBI single for Carson Smith. Has put Grandville up now 8-5 here in the 7th inning. This has been a good baseball game, but Passanant has just been a little shaky, and that scored Shirley and Helgevold. So now 3 runs across here in this 7th inning. Still have another baseball game. They will bring in now Andrew McCall. So the Cougars have another Treadstone funding pitching change. We'll be right back here on the Cougar Baseball Network.
More and more these days, it feels like sports are losing out to hype. Who dissed who? Who signed the fattest contract? Who got busted for cheating? Lost 2 is the unique capacity sports have to inspire us, to unite us. Well, great news, sports fans. Sports are still being played for the right reasons. They're still as entertaining as they are character building. You just have to know where to find it. And you only have to look as far as your local Michigan high school. You know, the place where the games are exciting, concessions are affordable, and the parking is free. Where the emphasis is on hustle and heart instead of hype. If you prefer real, honest-to-goodness sport played for all the right reasons, you'll find it at your hometown high school. High school sports. Games are being played this weekend at a Michigan high school near you. Okay, everybody, who's in?
This message presented by the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Andrew McCall back on the mound for the first time as a Catholic Central Cougar here in relief for Ben Passanant. 2 runners on. If they do score, they would be earned runs, not for McCall. Grounded to third. Picked up by Ben Passanant. He'll step on third to get the lead runner. Good play there good awareness there by Passanant to get Kreiska. So he's out with the fielder's choice. There's now 2 away.
Left fielder, Braden LaCroix.
That'll move Smith to second. Smith to second. And still 2 runners on, first and second. McCall kicks and fires. Popped up in the air, left side. John Passanant. Miscommunication between him and Aiden Johnson. And that will score Smith. Not sure if that's an error or just a miscommunication. out in center. If it is an error, don't know who we would give it to, so we'll call it a hit. And an RBI one at that, and they've extended their lead to 4 here after being tied. McCall will kick and fire. Grounded to third. Picked up by Passanaw, and they do get the runner. He got by Ben, but it was picked up by John, and they get the runner at second. So it is now 9-5. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Cougars have one last chance. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. It is a Center for Physical Rehabilitation Bulldogs pitching change. They've got a left-hander on the mound in Ben Ferguson. He will take over here facing Ben Passanaw, the leadoff in the 7th. Swing and a miss on a nice moving fastball on Ben Passanaw. Passanaw 1 for 2 with an RBI single back in the 5th. Catholic Central, after hemorrhaging runs in that top of the 7th, now trail 9-5. Ferguson will kick and fire outside. Strike 3 call. Gets Passanaw looking. And that'll be John Passanaw now. Up to bat.
Shortstop, John Passanaw, up to bat.
Ferguson will kick and fire. Up and in, but call it a strike. Here we have hit it. 2 hours and 10 minutes of baseball here. The first pitch. Grounded towards second. Picked up by Kreiska. And over to first for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Luke Kuzner, who will step in here. He's got 2 outs. Catholic Central's last chance in this baseball game. Timeout called by the umpire. Stopping all progress. Oh, pardon about that. We don't have the screens up there for you. First pitch upstairs and away for ball 1. The left-hander will kick and fire. Swing and a miss on Luke Kuzner. 1-1 now. He will step back in, collect himself. The 1-1. Low and away. 2-1. 9-5. Grandville leads. An explosion of runs back in the top of the 7th. Give them 9 to count. Popped up right side and foul. Back and away. Two. Ferguson will step, kick, fire. upstairs. Full count now on Luke Kuzner. He is the Catholic Central Cougars' last chance opportunity to get on base here. Ferguson, the payoff pitch. Strike three got him looking, and the Bulldogs bring home a winner in this one with a final score of 9-5. We will step aside, but we will be back in about 15 minutes' time for the second of two games here on this doubleheader. You are watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.